The Tower of Babel is one of the most famous stories in the Bible, and yet it's only 235 words long. Despite its brevity, it has inspired countless artworks and endless speculation through the centuries. So, what might this tower have looked like? And could it have been based on a real building? Let's start with the story itself. The tale of the Tower of Babel comes from chapter 11 of Genesis and is ideological, meaning it explains why there are different languages in the world. But that's not all. It's also rich with symbolism about the perils of human ambition, a theme that still resonates today. The story may have been inspired by an older Mesopotamian myth, much like how the story of Noah's Ark was based on the Sumerian myth of Utnapishtim. But was there ever a real Tower of Babel? Some historians think the story could be based on a real structure, possibly the Etemenanki ziggurat in Babylon. This ancient temple, dedicated to the god Marduk, dates back over 3,000 years. All that remains now are its foundations, but during the Babylonian exile, it may have stood as a towering ruin, inspiring the writers of Genesis. Artists, however, didn't let the lack of evidence stop their imaginations. Throughout history, the Tower of Babel has been depicted in a variety of fantastical ways. Medieval miniatures often portrayed it as a Gothic castle, while Renaissance artists imagined it as a circular, almost neoclassical structure, reminiscent of a towering Colosseum. But perhaps one of the most poignant depictions is by Humbert de Superville in the early 19th century. Instead of showing the tower under construction, he paints it as a solitary ruin, a reminder of fallen grandeur, much like Shelley's Ozymandias. And that's the story of the Tower of Babel. It's a prime example of how myths evolve and how real structures or events can become mythologized. Despite being only 235 words long, this ancient story has inspired millennia of art, commentary, and speculation. Thanks for watching. Want to learn more about culture, art, and history? Subscribe to be Uncultured.